with maybe 2-3 laps to go. Might have been a tough loss for Anglin. He slipped a little bit, but he holds off and survives in Heat 5.
Yeah, your winner of Street Stock Heat Race number 5 on the eve in the TA Motorsports Anglin Body Shop G1 out of Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, is going to be Tony Anglin.
These
coming
guys
home in
still
the
ain't
second
done
final
racing.
transfer spot. He doesn't give up. He's going to keep running until they tell him to pull off.
Ready to see the red lights or the yellow lights or something. So
he's ready for the 50 laps tomorrow night, 20 laps tonight. He's ready for 50. Coming home second, the Odell Trucking 133 out of Odessa, Missouri is Jim Moody. And your third and final transfer, putting on a show for you race fans, the Little Rock Bolt and Screw number 43 out of Mableville, Arkansas. It's Scooter Scruggs.
an awesome performance again by Tony Anglin there, performing in the G1. Slipped on that last lap, got a little sideways, right in front of lap traffic, but he kept it going, capitalized, and went on to take heat race number 5. One more heat race remains for the Street Stocks in their quest for 10 large tomorrow night. And Wesley, let's give them the starting lineup of heat 6.
Oh, absolutely. Heat race 6, our 6th and final heat race of the 23rd annual Schoenfeld Harris Street Stock Championship will look like this. Starting on the pole in the 8 as he signs more 1X. Out of Paragould, Arkansas, it's the boss, Chris Lloyd, to his outside out of Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, the 127 of Andy Morris. Inside row number 2, the Nelson Farms in 1 out of Milan, Tennessee of Dale Nelson. Last night's quick time, the 8 as he signs more 01X. Out of Batesville, Arkansas, it's Peyton Taylor, the Snake, starting outside row number 2. Inside row number 3, out of McKenzie, Tennessee, is going to be Devin Bockham, who we saw shake down his car a little bit a couple weeks ago. Then in his outside, a man who had a great season at Legit Speedway Park, had a top 10 finish in the Firecracker 76. Out of West Plains, Missouri, is going to be the 38 of Jesse Sheeran. Inside row number 4, one of the few Naismith legal cars here this weekend. Out of Millport, Alabama, is going to be the 99 of Byron Fortner. Looks like scratches from this one, the 70 of Bobby Bryant, and the 88S of Keith Stephen. So 7 cars, 3 transfer. 6th and final heat race of the 23rd annual Schoenfeld Headers Mid-America Street Stock Championship is underway. And the boss, Chris Lloyd, going to lead him into turn number 1.
There you go.
Dale Nelson exit 3 wide momentarily on the bottom. Here comes the Snake, 3 wide now for second. Peyton Taylor to the outside of Dale Nelson. Dale Nelson been so close, has 2 second-place finishes already this year in our big Street Stock events. Battle for the lead. 4 cars all right there together. Chris Lloyd going to lead lap number 1. Dale Nelson out of the inside of the 1X. Here comes the 01X. Here comes the 127. Stair-stepping down the back straightaway. Chris Lloyd up top. Dale Nelson on the bottom. Peyton Taylor, the Snake, slithering his way from third, looking for the lead.
They'll come across the line. Another lap will flash into the flag stand. We're on lap 2 now of 20. Final heat race underway. They're licking their chops. Nelson to the inside. Lloyd's under attack now for that spot. And looking to go in the shows. Peyton Taylor there, 1, 2, and 3. Great battle heating up behind him, almost 3 wide for 4th. They come back to the line. It's still the blue. Dale Nelson leading back to 1.
Dale Nelson down the back straightaway now. Going to have about 3 callings over Chris Lloyd. Now the boss is under attack from one of his drivers, the 01X of the Snake, Peyton Taylor. Peyton Taylor, Jeff's brother, showing he might be the dominant one. He wants to win this evening. He wants to win his heat race and have a perfect weekend because he set quick time last night, last car on the speedway, and was 2/10 faster than everybody else. He's now going to get by his boss, Chris Lloyd. Lloyd going to go to the top side in turn number 3. Lloyd actually flipped his car just about 4 weeks ago at Legit Speedway Park. That's a brand new car that he's only ran just a couple times. He's got it going, but right now he's being beat by one of his drivers, the 01X of Peyton Taylor. But it's all Dale Nelson out of Milan, Tennessee, currently leading the way. For Gibson, Oklahoma's Andy Morris runs forward. Devin Bockham, we saw him and his brother a couple weeks ago. Devin Bockham currently runs 5th. Jesse Sheeran 6th. Brian Fortner in the 7th position.
Haven't you always wanted to beat your boss, man? This is the opportunity to do it for these guys. They're leading the way. Down the back straightaway, Dale Nelson out in front in that blue N1 machine. He's on the top side of the racetrack and kind of surprised, Wesley, because for the moment, he's running the top side of different line than everybody else in every other heat race has ran tonight. He's really making the outside lane work. And wow, a little slip up for second between Peyton Taylor and Chris Lloyd. Wow, Taylor's got a problem.
Tire down for the 01X machine. He slows over in turn number 4.
That's going to bring out a caution.
Yep, absolutely. 8 laps complete. We'll go caution on the speedway. That'll move Andy Morris into a transfer spot. These heat races have been insane so far. This is our 6th and final heat race before we have our intermission and get to feature events, which means I'm going to chug about 2 or 3 bottles of water between now and then to get ready for these features. But Peyton Taylor off the pace in the 01X machine. Looks to be a flat right rear tire for him. He's going to try to get it all the way to the pits. He's pitted over there in turn number 3.
Right.
He's got a long way to go, but we do give courtesy laps for flat tires.
So, again, 2-lap courtesy rule, I think it is, for tires down?
Yep.
2-lap courtesy rule. I think that's a standard across the country they do for a 2-lap courtesy rule. You have to show that you do have a tire down.
We usually send an official over there as soon as the driver gets over there, make sure it's a flat.
Yes.
And if it's a flat, we'll give them 2 laps from there. So we give them a little bit of time to get through the pit area.
And race fans, in addition to that, we also have in the racing world for dirt track racing what is known as the hot pit. That's like the pit road for the asphalt NASCAR world. And that's where you see the guys with the four-wheelers and the jacks and all the tires and all the parts they need to fix the cars. If there is a car that goes to the hot pit, then we know that car is still in the race. They're working on making adjustments, changing tires. He'll keep coming back out in the track. If they go to their back pit garage area, as we call it, to their race haulers, then we know they're done for. They're parked and done for the night. So
a lot of these guys with the street stock division, we don't really have the hot pit because it takes so much to do that.
Got you.
So they don't really have the funding as much to do those kind of things. So we let them go back to their actual pit area. But we do laps
okay.
All the way over there in turn number 3. You see that white and black trailer? That is where the 01X of Peyton Taylor is currently stopped. I promise you, there's about 3 or 4 guys working on that car right now. Somebody's on the jack. Somebody's working the nuts. Somebody's getting the tire and going to put it on. It's going to be they're in a mad dash.
Any moment you're going to see him roar back over here on the overflow, the overshot. Exactly. Yes. But, he'll come off on the return road.
12 laps to go in our 6th and final heat race here. There's only 6 cars remain in this one right now. It's Dale Nelson, the N1 farm, or the Nelson Farms N1 machine. Max Kimmel, N1. He has been so close. Dale Nelson has had such a year here at the Batesville Motor Speedway. In the Arkansas Spring Nationals, 21st and 2nd. All Good Racing Fast 40, 2nd. ASC Warney Street Stock Challenge, 5th. Night number 1 of the SummerSlam Street Stock Sizzler, 3rd and 17th on night number 2. There's Peyton Taylor already back. That tells you how quick his guys were running that right rear tire. He's got to come from the back, so that's what we got to watch the next 12 laps because he's coming.
And how about this Arkansas Mini Stock National Race 1 tonight, 2,000 to win, 300 to start. Micah Gavin and J.J. Garrett on the front row. Bo Minor, Shannon Etheridge, row 2. Jeff Dean rounding out the top 5. That should be a good show coming up here later tonight for 22 cars and 3,000 to win.
Absolutely.
Or 2,000 to win.
2,000 to win, but $700, so almost 3,000, $700 if you lead every lap. But here we go. Going to caution is outgoing green this time by.
Yeah, there's lap money up for grabs. Yeah. Lap money and bonuses.
Really lap money.
Back for the restart. Look at this. Holy smokes.
Jesse
almost 3
Sheeran
wide.
And Devin Baucom throwing their name in there. Here comes Peyton Taylor. He'll make it 4 wide. Baucom pushes up into Sheeran. Baucom spins. Taylor gets 3 cars at one time.
There's your crossover move. 3-for-1 special.
I love it. Peyton Taylor, this has been his home track for many, many years. Right now, he's looking to get by the 127 of Andy Morris. 9 down, 11 to go. 9 laps complete, 11 to go. Here in heat race number 6, Peyton Taylor just outside of a transfer spot. Morris in the 3rd and final transfer position. Chris Lloyd runs 2nd. Dale Nelson all alone in the lead.
They'll come across the line. Leading the way is Dale Nelson. Lloyd, Morris, they're 1, 2, and 3. And how about Peyton Taylor, man? He has fought his way back through the field after changing that tire, bringing out the caution. He is up to 4th, Wesley Gwaltney, and he's moving into the transfer spot.
Look at this. Peyton Taylor works the bottom this time. He's usually on the top. That's where he sent quick time last night. He is in a transfer spot as we just get past halfway. 11 down, 9 to go. Problems. 7 now. Andy Morris off the pace a little bit. That puts him... He was battling with Peyton Taylor.
That puts Peyton Taylor in the spot. He's in the final transfer spot.
He's looking for the boss. The boss is the man in front of him. Taylor's a man on a mission. He's got those fresh tires. Lloyd a little bit faster that time by Dale Nelson. 0.3 of a second faster than anybody else. Devin Baucom and Brian Fortner fighting it out. That's a battle of Alabama and Tennessee. Fortner from Millport, Alabama. Devin Baucom from McKenzie, Tennessee, as we are 13 down, 7 to go.
Coming across the line this time around. It is coming to the end of this deal, and out in front is Dale Nelson. In 2nd spot, up the outside, is Chris Lloyd. Coming back from cutting down a side of rubber, rallying from the tail, and in 3rd is going to be Peyton Taylor. And that's the way it stands right now as we're 5 to go. Next time by, the leaders are in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, right now Dale Nelson dominating this one. Peyton Taylor starting to dominate through turns 1 and 2. He said a little bit slower lap than Lloyd. Lloyd gained 0.3 of a second, but Taylor's changed his line completely. Andy Morris, Jesse Sheeran fighting it out for the 4th spot. Sheeran has found something kind of late here. Morris has slowed up here lately, the Fort Gibson, Oklahoma native. Jesse Sheeran out of West Plains, Missouri. Right now it's all Milan, Tennessee's Dale Nelson, though. And Paragould, Arkansas's Chris Lloyd. Batesville, Arkansas's Peyton Taylor. as they lead in the transfer positions in tomorrow night's feature event. Let me tell you, if Peyton Taylor, he's won this event on 2 occasions over the years, 16 laps complete, 4 to go. If he's got to start in the back, we are in for even more of a show than it already is, because Taylor will slice and dice his way. Give him 50 laps to get to the front. He'll use 10 of them.
They'll come to the line. This time by Nelson flashes under the stripe. He has got almost a 1.391 second differential on the interval from first to second. He hits his marks down the back straightaway. He will wrap up the heat races here in just a moment, but they got bullhorns in the air. 2 to go from your flagman. Nelson leads the clinic of cars off into turn 1, and the laps are winding down.
Everybody's single file right now. Fortner and Bockham putting on a show. That's a battle for the 6th position. A little bit better starting spot tomorrow night's B-Main. Bockham a little bit off the pace. Fortner giving it all he's got on the bottom. Hard to do a lot of those things with that Naismith legal cars here. White flag in the air, though. 1 more lap to go. The N1 of Dale Nelson just rolling the top side. That seems to be the preferred line right now. Lloyd has gone up there as well. He has fallen a tenth of a second back than he was. It's now 1.426 seconds back. But your winner of the 6th and final heat race of the 23rd Annual Schoenfeld Harris Street Stock Championship, the Nelson Farms N1 out of Milan, Tennessee, Dale Nelson. Grabbing the second transfer position, the A to Z Signs of More 1X out of Paragould, Arkansas. It's the boss, Chris Lloyd. And your third and final transfer cuts a tire down after he worked through the field, does it all over again. Last night's quick time in the A to Z Signs of More 01X out of Batesville, Arkansas. Your third and final transfer is Peyton Taylor.
That's awesome. How about those heat races? Man, how about it, race fans? Give those street stock drivers a round of applause. Awesome heat races they put on in all 6, Wesley Gwaltney. I mean, my goodness, they were phenomenal.
Every race was amazing. That's what really happened. Like around here, this is a street stock.
I have her come to souvenir room.
Okay.
I found something that belongs to her.
Can we have Jewel Cook come to the souvenir room? Jewel Cook to the souvenir room. Yeah, absolutely. All 6 heat races were great. I mean, that show right there, Peyton Taylor just kind of puts the icing on the cake. I mean, it was
phenomenal.
already amazing. And then watching him drive through the field, I can't get over heat race number 4. Tim Brown, Carmen Vincent,
yes,
Keith
that was a good
Hammond,
one.
Jeremy Russell, Edwin Wells. I said 3 transfer, but there were 6 guys who were all right there together.
And I believe we're going to have an intermission, I think is what we're going to do.
Quick intermission. That's another thing around here.
Quick intermission.
We keep it down to just a few minutes. I'll play some music so I can get some water in my system.
Get some chicken.
No, we don't.
What kind of food they got at the concession
We
stand?
got burgers. We got the best cheeseburger in Locust Grove for over a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, the best cheeseburger in Locust Grove for over a decade. Nachos, Frito pie. I get nachos every night. Got to have my nightly nachos.
I've got a question for you, though.
Sausage.
Everybody loves cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that they're the best of a decade?
They are. They've been the best in Locust Grove
For 10
over
years.
A decade.
Burgers in Locust.
Yeah.
They're the only. This lady beside me says they're the only burgers in Locust
They're
Grove.
the best cheeseburger
So-
in Locust Grove for over a decade.
There you go.
No, they really are quite delicious. I always try to have me one by the end of the night. Usually, if there's anything left, I go after whatever's left.
So what else they got? They got burgers. They got
Nachos,
French
Frito
fries,
pie,
nachos.
No French fries.
No French fries.
No,
Okay.
We keep it down to the burgers, the Polish sausage, the hot dogs.
Wait a second. Did you say
Target.
Polish? Did you say Polish
sausage.
dogs?
Polish sausage.
With sauerkraut and mustard
No,
and all
no,
that?
it's just
It was
Polish sausage. But it's quite delicious. It's still worth it without a doubt. The hot dogs are huge, and they
Okay.
are delicious. We got candy, chips, popcorn. Great popcorn in there. Always good popcorn.
Gotcha. So hot dogs and huge in the same sentence is the equivalent of a foot long.
It's not.
I'm just messing with you, brother. I'm playing.
You're good. It's a lot
So,
of fun.
but and of course they got drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Everything
I
you
told
want?
Betsy probably everything you could want. I went in there earlier, and I walked in, I grabbed all my waters.
Folks, if you're in our broadcast position up here, he's got about 5 bottled waters, and the equivalent of preliminaries, I think he's drank 2.5, I think.
Three and a half.
He's drank 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 waters down, and we still got features to come.
And that one heat race, he about drank a whole bottle of water just in that one heat race himself where he was having a conniption up here.
I was having so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I love these street stocks. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people come to the Cop Camp Topless 100.
Yes.
And they see the late models here. Late models put on an amazing show.
My friend calls them taxi cabs. I don't. I like the late model cars too, but he calls them taxi cabs.
I like
so
modifieds
has
and street
the-
stocks put on the best show with that.
got a question for
Yeah.
you though. Has sprint cars midget cars ever raced on this
We
track.
had sprint cars last
I
year.
would. Man, I bet you this place would be awesome
It
with a
is
midget race or a sprint
ridiculously
car
fast.
race.
Last year, it was ridiculously fast for the ASCS Mid-South region.
Okay.
The only problem is we only had 8 of them show up.
Yeah.
But they put on an amazing show. I mean, the legend, Germantown, Tennessee's Sammy Swindell, Slammin' Sammy.
Slammin'
picked up the
Sammy.
win